Hey, hey, hey. We are live. Now, we don't have an intro because I forgot to put it on. But yeah, so welcome. We are live on the weekly wrap up. And we haven't got very much happening in the market. It's pretty much melting down at the moment. So we're going to look at Bitcoin. We're going to have a look at where we're at in that pattern and the possible scenarios that it could be. So let's get going. And my screen has been freezing up, so just be aware I might look a bit like a stunned mullet. My internet's playing up again. They're building a building next door and they keep hitting the cables. So I'm on Wi-Fi. So bear with me as we try and get through this. So let's jump into Bitcoin and see where we're going with that. So just to remind you as well, you'll see at the bottom, we've got our Femex referral code. So our signals, G6 signals in at getting started at crypto.com is absolutely killing it. You'll see the results on my Twitter where he's taken $1,000 to $10,000 in the month of March just through doing scalp signals. Now you can get these same scalp signals for free by following the link underneath here and signing up with the Femex referral code for getting started in crypto. So make sure you do that because they're free signals. They're awesome. They're making people lots of money in this really, really crappy market. So get on board with Femex and make sure you are getting those signals. So let's quickly jump into Bitcoin and have a look at this and where we're at. So this pattern here could possibly be a leading diagonal. It has the makings of that. And basically that just means a lot of the time it will come back to where it began. So it needs to hold that low of 76,400 for that to be a leading diagonal. Failing that, and that's the pattern that I showed you last week where we had our 5 waves. So we didn't quite break up. So this can go down to this spot. We want to then get up to about 103 and then up to that 113 mark. So that's our bullish scenario that, you know, tariffs go well this week, that, you know, everything sort of falls into line with employment data and we start getting some quantitative easing. So that sort of starts to happen over the next, you know, sort of couple of weeks to a month. That's the ideal scenario. Now, if this is still corrective, this will look more like this. So we'll likely do, that's our A. We'll get a B and then a C coming back down. So we get one more touch to about that 73, 74K mark. And then we'll sort of head up from there, hopefully. We haven't broken down, like if we go to the long-term chart, we're still very, very much sitting on this channel. And we want to sort of stay in that range. We've pulled back 0.5 at the moment, and that's a really nice pullback for BTC. So we just want to sort of, you know, slowly consolidate this last few waves in this region and then head higher. So that's the ideal scenario. But yeah, we need some volume to start coming in. We've lost volume. We've pulled back on this range. Again, this could be a leading diagonal, same pattern as BTC. And so we've got A, B, C, could be a D with an E wave following down. We don't really want that to happen. We want it to go up from here, but yeah, it's a bit iffy at the moment. So we need to see what the tariffs are going to do on Wednesday, sorry, the 2nd of April, I believe that is. And then we have next week, not this week. So this week we have employment data. Next week we have the FOMC. The FOMC is the big one. And the FOMC is the one where we want to start seeing that easing starting to come in. So last month we had a hold on rates, and that means that we're moving towards easing. We're not quite there yet. So easing is where the printer starts going brrr, and we're not seeing that just as yet. So probably a week or two off. We're just going to sit sort of trading, sort of trending, in this pattern. Potentially we're still going up with this B wave. This is looking quite ugly in this region, but when we've got leading diagonal patterns, they can be very, very ugly. The overall indicators are looking quite good for a bounce over the next sort of day or so before we get that employment data happening and those tariffs. So depending on how those tariffs go, that's going to cause the market to go either way. A lot of analysts are saying down at the moment. So I posted in Getting Started Crypto this morning just the scenarios surrounding that in the BTC update. So if you're in Getting Started in Crypto, make sure you check that out. And so we do need more volume to come in. We've had a couple of tether prints, not anything to sort of, push the volume up. Alts are all bleeding out. There is still money moving into Bitcoin dominance, which is a good sign that we might start moving. This pattern is still very valid. We still want to get up to that 63, 64% mark. So that's kind of it for BTC and the market at the moment. There's not a lot we can do with the alts when they keep bleeding down. And so we're just waiting on the US data to understand where the market's going, where the money flow is going to start happening, and how that's going to start moving. So not much to do, but make sure if you are trading, get onto our Femex signals. They're free when you sign up with Getting Started in Crypto and Femex, and you trade on Femex. So it's the best way of getting free signals, which, if you're following those, you will make some nice money. So thanks for watching, guys. And it's a really, 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 really quick one because there's not a lot happening, and I can't magic that to happen until we've got that data. So we're just sort of going through the motions, but jump on to gettingstartedincrypto.com, check out the Femex signals, and I will catch you next week.